Everybody, I'm Tom Fury. This is Zero News. Just as a note before I get started, that at 12 p.m. today, I'll be on Vindicator Strikes Back doing a live stream with my buddy. So please meet us over there. And just this morning, I wasn't actually going to do a video this morning, but this needs to be talked about. So something I was talking to Vin back a little while back. I don't know if we went live about it. I don't think we did, but I was saying to him a long while ago, even if Restore wins, if certain criminal elements get deported and stuff, everything else. I said, look at what happened with Brexit. People took the government to court. The government itself was playing up. There's all kinds of things going on. But then I remembered Brexit was a referendum, which means there was no manifesto for it, which is why it was a nightmare in the first place. Had that been put in a manifesto, Brexit would have been easier. But still, with the European court there and stuff like that, Europe could be a problem for anything. And so I think one of the worries that some of us have is that not only we've got an uphill battle to get just an election victory, let alone the things that need to be done from that. I think a lot of us are worried that Mr. Starmer knows either that he's going, or that at least that at some point he's going to have to, he's going to do whatever maximum damage he can get to get us going down one road. Even if he knows what's coming, that just means he's going to try and shore certain things up. And we've already seen him making signs to the world, more immigration, signs to the world, we want to be closer to Europe. And then today we've got the news that he's already been doing stuff with Europe recently anyway, and today he's going to bring back 76 EU laws. Now, if he's going to start doing this, how long do you think it's going to be before he wants back in the EU Court of Human Rights, back in the EU Court, back in the EU? And that could, I'm not saying will, because I don't fully understand how it would all work. And also it depends how far back in he pulls us. But the further back in we go, the more problems we could have, even with a legitimate government trying to sort out some of the problems in this country. Because if he pulls us too far back in, which is I think it's the plan to do it before the next election, is to try and pull us back in far enough where we're subject to certain laws and rules, which might mean that doing that getting restoring power and doing the things to fix his country may make it a lot more difficult. I'm not saying impossible. So it says he's set to bring back 76 European Union directives back to the UK, as they seek a closer alignment to the single market. Basically, we're bending over for Europe. We didn't have to. This didn't have to happen. Everybody knew that after this amount of time, deals could be made with anybody. It's about the 10-year mark, and he's chosen to run back to them. Prime Minister will introduce new legislation in the King's Speech in May to allow Labour to transfer swathes of European regulation covering the agriculture and food sectors. It doesn't matter what sectors, right? You start somewhere and you build outwards. We all know this. The new bill will pave the way for a sector-wide travel deal with the EU. Travel deal. See, these are all the things that they said couldn't be done, but these could have been done without getting pulled further into Europe. Because all of these, from what this is saying, are going to be then under EU law or EU guidelines at very least. And it says Rachel Reeves set out plans last week. Sorry, I don't know why my words aren't coming out this week. To incorporate EU laws in key sectors into British law. I wonder what sectors they might be in. I'm serious. I'm not joking. Sooner or later, you're going to get, every policy has to be looked at if you're going to look at getting closer to someone like Europe. That includes foreign policy, what does foreign policy, things like that include? Immigration and things like that. It's all going to come up. It's all going to come up. I'll let you read the article yourself if you want to. It's a Starmer, you just Google this, Starmer to bring back 76 EU laws. And like I say, it does matter what this covers. But more importantly, it's like anything. It's like the laws you see introduced and they say, oh, we'll only use this for 3 people, and then 3 million people get caught with that law. It's the same thing. Or they can talk about this section, or, oh, we're doing it for the trade sector. When you look through here, there's a lot of sectors. But that will be expanded upon. This is now. This is what they're doing right away. So you think it was, how long ago was it? Just a few months ago that he said he wanted to be closer to Europe, and we're already well on the way. So we're talking about the way that I'm just looking here, the way they're talking about borders, the border police, everything. We're talking about everything. So this is a major deal, and this is just the first part of it. So if you think that Starmer won't try and do things to make sure this country stays as socialist and multicultural as possible, you know the score. You know he's going to try and leave a grandfather clause in his party's power to try and make things very difficult for anyone who leaves. I mean, let's face it, one thing you've got to give them, they came with a plan to fuck things up, and they've done a good job of that. So, yeah, to think that a a school headmaster like Keir Starmer, which is what he is, to think that he wouldn't have some petty little plan to hold us in some of the things that he's created for us. Because the online safety bill and that they're thinking about in Europe, so it wouldn't surprise me if he tries to put us in that position. Where that leaves us, I don't know, but he'd have to do an awful lot though before we get to that next election. I'm not sure it can be done legally, so we'll see. But it's something to watch out for. Like there's going to be, it's going to, as we said, it's going to bring him out the woodwork. There's going to be so many people fighting to keep certain alliances right now, and he's certainly fighting all the way to get us back in. It's no surprise, but there may be some surprises for people who don't realise all this could encompass. This isn't just about getting us back in Europe. This is about stopping us from changing things when they're out. There's a whole bunch of things going on here. Tom Fury, Zero News. Go on a day for now. See you at 12.